Hello, welcome to Lefty Crochets and Mirror Knits. My name is Stephanie, and this is the February WIP Report, where I talk about what I've been working on for roughly the past month. Now, why in the middle of the month? I'm double dipping. I'm part of an online group that is team-based, and you get points for showing progress on long-term WIPs in a narrow window once a month, which is in the middle of the month right now. So since I'm looking at what I worked on for that, might as well record video at the same time. Two birds, one stone. So let's get started. First, I have a charity scarf. No big finishes this month. Just a little bit of work on a lot of things. Or, well, looks can be deceiving. Here's the halfway point of the scarf. Here's roughly where I was last month. So I've done, maybe 2-3 inches. Still going to take a while, but progress is progress. Next, actually let's go with a little one. This is one of my 2026 starts. Just a little knit blanket using old discontinued Red Heart Super Saver. Did, maybe 2 garter ridges, 4 rows. This may or may not be finished this year, but there will be at least one red, white, and blue blanket being worked on every month. Also, since I'm doing the little ones over here, round blanket using Hobby Lobby. I love this chunky. This colorway is called Still Waters. I actually had to go to a bigger hook because it was starting to curl. So I went from a 7mm to the 8mm US L. Next, when I went to DFW FiberFest, I got a bunch of minis, and I started a Coziest Memories blanket and decided to adjust the pattern. One, I'm slipping the edge stitch to give me an easier way to pick up, and I'm using the entire mini. When I reach the end, pick up stitches, start the next one. No cutting, so all I'm weaving in is the first tail and the end. Long-term project. Very long-term project. Next, it's my oldest WIP. Nope, correction. Not my oldest WIP. I had to change bags. It outgrew this one. This was the blanket that I worked on while watching the Super Bowl. Obvious reasons. And I added, there's where I was. Let's get this out of the way. About 3 inches. 2, 3 inches. So now this is going to get put away until next football season. Although, Seattle Mariners have these colors, so if it's a cold day or I'm directly underneath an air conditioner, this may get worked on during MLB season. Off to the side. Next, this is Hexagon baby blanket. This one will be donated to a local pregnancy resource center. I am using the tutorial put out by Carrie Penny, Happy Crafty Homemaker. And I am finished the first skein and have started the second. This came from Hirschner's Sundance Sweets. Colorway is called Jelly Beans. And I'm using a 6.0 J-hook. If I forget to say needles or yarns, you can ask down below. Next, another project carried over from last year. Also a baby blanket for the local Pregnancy Resource Center. This is a 1 skein and I'd already moved the stitch marker. I put about, 1 inch, 2 inches on this one. These are Knit Picks. I think this is called Color Play. And let's see. Size, there you are, size 8. And the yarn is, there you are, Baby Bee Sweet Delight Prince in the colorway Kitty. Got it on clearance and it fell apart, so I had to ball it up. But I am past the decreases, so over halfway on that one. Next is my oldest WIP. Yes, I had to transfer it into a huge tote bag. It's now 28, 29 inches long. But since it's worked, sorry for the crinkle, worked in the round, a whole lot of stitches. Which means that I only get maybe 1 round done throughout the month when I work on it, if I work on it. Because being double thickness, this is worsted weight acrylic mostly, it's hot and heavy, which was great while we got that for deep freeze. Most of the rest of the year, I need to be under the air conditioner to work on it. Next is a blanket that actually had to get reworked. I was calling this my 48 hours blanket because I was working on it while watching Stitch and Crime on Friday night with Jill, FiberFest Crafts. And it was color work, and it should have been easy, and I kept messing it up. So I pulled the color work out, and now it's just going to be a solid color blanket. And I don't know what the yarn is exactly. It's Millen bag that I got at Joann's, I don't know how many years ago. So I'll be working on this when I watch her. And let's see, yep. Going quick, down to the last 2. This one's another one that was worked on during the deep freeze. Because this is Caron Anniversary Cake. A bulky yarn. Nice and heavy, which this was originally going to be a full-size bed blanket. I may stop at Afghan size because if I go to a full bed size, this is going to be way too heavy, and I don't want to have to use an industrial washing machine when this needs to be cleaned, or anybody else for that matter if I donate it. So I'm into the 2nd anniversary cake. And moved all the stitch markers already. I added, I finished the brown. Guess where you can see it. I was in the gray last time. I finished the brown, and I've started this silvery white color. And this is another one that's likely not going to see the light of day until next winter, or if we get another deep freeze, or I'm directly under an air conditioner. And I started another blanket. Yes, I did. Because college baseball season started. And I took inspiration from Therese from the Knit Night podcast to start a blanket in my team's colors. And they started with 3 wins. So here's the red for home wins. I have blue for away wins and white for losses. Just one color because my team doesn't lose very often at home and I want more than 6-8 stripes of white in my blanket. So white for all losses. And that's my next blanket. And that is everything that is a WIP. I have a few little finishes. I'll show those with my state of the stash at the end of the month because that'll go into how much yarn I used for the month. And they're not big. It's maybe 100 grams total at this point. But that is everything for this month. This is Stephanie for Lefty Crochets and Mirror Knits, and I'll see you next time.